Hey everyone, I hope you guys are doing really well. I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about supporting your friends in their dreams and in their aspirations, and this is something that my husband and I both try to do as best to our ability that we can, just as people who are busy, who have 4 kids. When people tell us that they have a dream or they have a business idea or anything like that, we try to, as much as we can, support them by being there, buying their products or whatever it is. So one of my good friends, Patty, wanted to start a give back luncheon where she could invite people from the media, people who are public speakers, figures, DJs, radio hosts, social media influencers, whatever it was, and bring them together and number one, introduce them to each other and make connections with each other, but also introduce them to some sort of organization or foundation that they could give back to. Now, we've done a couple of these together. Ever since she came up with it, we've kind of like done it together. I've been like, whatever you want to do, whatever I can do to help, I will be there to help you. So we have done a couple, and she wanted to do one in the fall, and I agreed to it. And then of course I, number one, got in a car accident, and then all these other ailments kind of came upon me. So I was scared, but I was like, you know what? I said I was gonna be there and I said I was gonna help, so I decided to go help her. And every time I go, I love spending time with her. I love hearing about her dreams, hearing about the things she's excited about. And then of course, hearing about a wonderful organization or foundation that gives back, and then us have the ability to give back. So one of the fun things that Patty and I do for the Give Back Luncheon is we pride ourselves in having amazing swag bags and goodies for the people that come to the luncheon. And I've been to a lot of events, and not to toot my own horn, but these swag bags are better than any I've ever received at any big event. And I love it because we get to know these girls and we get to just shower them with fun goodies, a lot of makeup, a lot of just really fun stuff. So anyways, I'm gonna show you a couple of clips of me on the way to Vegas. I was having kind of a hard time before deciding to go, just because I wasn't sure if I would be able to drive for that long, because I have a hard time sitting upright for a long time, but I did it. Toyota dropped off this car for me to drive to Vegas, and it is the new Avalon Hybrid. It's the 2019, and it's so quiet and so smooth, but I'll show you when I get out. I put this thing called Dr. Tushy under my seat because it's supposed to help with like back pain and sciatic pain, and so I thought it would help because it's a longer drive. But I'm already tall and my torso is super long. I don't know if you guys can see this. My head is touching the ceiling. I wanted to ask you guys if you guys have heard the new Lauren Daigle CD. It is so good. Her first CD is the only CD in my husband's car. He just plays it on repeat. But this new one, gosh, there's so many songs that like make me cry every time. I was just listening and I got all choked up. It's so good. If you have not gotten it or downloaded it, you should get it. Okay. So it kind of like straps to your seat, but see, that's where your tailbone goes, and it's supposed to like relieve back pain. So it only took 2 extra hours, and I can't feel my butt or my left leg, but we're good. I'm almost there. And like always, whenever I get somewhere, I totally forget the camera because I'm living in the moment and I'm trying to enjoy the people's company. And I feel like as soon as I see a friend that I haven't seen in a while, we have so much to talk about, so much to catch up on, that vlogging is just not, you know, in my brain. But upon arriving, one of the first things that we did was Patty arranged for us to go get facials at Sisley USA. They were one of our sponsors for the swag bag, so we got to go to the Crystals that has the Sisley store, and in the back of their store they have like a little spa set up. Okay, so we are at Sisley and they are treating Patty and I to a facial, so I'm super excited because I don't know if I've ever gotten a facial before. So I should show us before they take our makeup off.
You will not look like this.
No. They gave us facials according to our face, which was awesome. I'm not a facial person. It's so funny because I think a lot of times people think that I go and get my hair done, get my nails done. I don't. I'm number one, super cheap, and I do things myself, and I'm not fancy like that. So this was like a super, super, super treat. Patty has the perfect skin. Me, on the other hand, I was so broken out when I went, and I had not been doing my normal skincare because bleh. So it was just so amazing to get a really nice, deep, clean facial treatment. And then the gal there totally educated us on all of the products that were there, all of the products that she used during our facial, and it was just amazing. And okay, so I was there for I think like 2 days, and Patty had stuff for us to do like back to back. The next thing we did was we got to go to the Hofbrauhaus, and it replicates the actual place in Germany that looks like this. So we got to go, and they just brought out tons of food for us to eat. So we actually filmed a mukbang, which is like a Korean eating show. I'll link that below if you want to watch it, and we just answered a bunch of questions that people had asked us on Instagram about being on social media, about Botox, about family, about all this stuff. So if you guys want to see that, I will link that below.
This has been our in-between, is me with a heating pad and just lying and stretching my back and doing the TENS unit and doing lidocaine patches.
And then Patty also got invited to this amazing restaurant called North Italia, and everything was delicious. Whole time we were eating, we were just like, oh my goodness, this is so good, this is so good. And then the next morning we woke up and it was give back luncheon day. We had already made all of the goodie bags the night before and like set everything up. So we just loaded up the car. We stopped at a cute little bakery, I forget what it was called, and we got delicious croissants and iced coffee. And then we went to this really cute place called Honey Salt, which they hosted us, and we set up the tables.
We're setting up. Look at how good Patty looks. She matches the decor.
And then once the girls got there, we kind of sat and we got to talk with each other. So one of the things I love that Patty does is before we get started, we kind of go around the table and introduce ourselves and get to know each other. And then Taylor from the Garden Foundation came up and shared, and I feel like all of us were choked up and crying. She has a sister who has Down syndrome and started this foundation because a lot of the programs for kids with Down syndrome end at a certain age. I want to say 21 or 22, and then after that there's not a lot of programs for people with Down syndrome to go to. So she created this foundation so that there's a place for people with Down syndromes to go. They do activities, they can take classes and things like that, and just seeing her heart for her sister and to see how much she loves her sister and how much she wants to see her sister live a joyful, fulfilled life was so touching and so amazing. I will leave the link to that foundation below too if you're in the Las Vegas area and you know someone who might need a resource like that. I will leave the link below. And then like always, right after the luncheon, we clean up and then I head home straight from whatever venue we are at. So I headed straight home, and I love the drive home because I get to just reflect and think about everything that was said, reflect on just so much stuff, so much goodness, and be so thankful for inspiration and time spent with people. So I wanted to share that with you guys. You guys, sometimes we don't know what our personal dreams are. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do or where I should be. And sometimes in those times, the best thing to do is go along someone who knows what they want to do, has a dream, and support them in their dream until your dream comes to life. So I feel like that's such a great thing, and I have had some really supportive, loving friends along my dream journey and goal journey, and I feel like it's so important as friends to support your friends. And I feel like any good dreamer needs some people to come alongside and say, hey, let's help you with that dream. So anyways, I am so thankful to Patty for having such a heart for people and for wanting to connect people. And she's been such a support to me personally. So this is such a wonderful, wonderful thing that I'm so thankful she asks me to help her with, although I don't feel like I really do anything. I just kind of show up and smile and eat with her. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I hope you guys are all doing really well, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.